Hi, it's Yogi Carlson here, and once again, it is time for rock and roll. Today we're going to be paying a visit to Whitesnake. We just got this new release not too long ago. This is Whitesnake, Still Good to Be Bad. This is a deluxe release of the band's 2008 album, Good to Be Bad, which was their first release in over a decade at the time, and now it's gotten the deluxe treatment from David Coverdale. I'm going to unbox this release, share my opinion, and let you know what I think. Nice cover art there, basically what we got on the original album cover for the most part, although they added the word still in there too, because it's been 15 years. Top's just plain. There's the side, same logo and everything. Other side, pretty much the same. Bottom has our barcode, legalese, and all that info. This does include a Blu-ray disc, and as you can see, that'll play in regions A, B, and C, so no pesky region locking to worry about there. Here's our track list. This is a 5-disc set, 4 CDs and 1 Blu-ray disc. Disc 1 being a remix of the original album done in 2023. CD 2 being a remastered version of the original 2008 mix. Disc 3 is alternate remixes and versions. And then Disc 4 is Evolutions, which is like early demos and studio work. Disc 5 is our Blu-ray, which has a few different components, including a series of music videos, some songs that were performed on the tour, an interview and acoustic performance with Eddie Trunk, and then a slideshow. Let's pop this open and see what we get inside. I put the hype sticker from the shrink wrap in there so I don't have to throw that out. And then in here there is a ribbon so you can easily get stuff out, so that's pretty handy. First thing we get is a poster. And it's basically just a bigger version of the box art. Honestly, that's a little disappointing. I would rather have gotten something that had the guys that were in the band at the time pictured. And we have some other little goodies as well. We have a booklet here, which is actually a reproduction of the tour program right there. 1978 to 2009, celebrating how long Whitesnake had been around at the time. We do get some nice photographs in here. This was a great, very underrated lineup of the band. I mean, you had Doug Aldrich as one of the guitarists, formerly of Dio. He also played in the band Lion back in the 1980s. They did the theme song to the old animated Transformers movie. There's the nice group shot there. Also in the band on guitar, you had Reb Beach, who was in the band Winger and also in the 90s had played with Dokken. Yeah, Uriah Duffy, Timothy Drury, and Chris Frazier. A lot of the other guys outside of the guitar players I'm honestly not super familiar with, but they have put some great work out on this album, and you got some credits in the back there, so that's pretty cool right there, reproduction tour program. And next up, we even get a hardbound book, which chronicles this period. So open that up, got some nice Whitesnake logos there. Several essays and some pretty cool photographs to be had in here. I'm not going to go through every single page because this goes on for I don't even know how many pages, probably at least 50. Got lyrics for the songs in there, so that's pretty cool. Do you ever get irked when they don't give you the lyrics when you buy something? Well, you don't have to worry about that here. And now we get into the actual discs. So let's have us a look. Disc 1 is the 2023 remix of the album. And this actually has a little gatefold, so that's pretty cool. And the discs come in these little plastic slip covers. I'm not really sure what the point is for those. I wish they'd use paper ones because those are a little easier to get in and out. But I do like that they're trying to keep the discs safe, so I'll give them some credit there. Disc 2 is the original 2008 album given a 2023 remaster. The album total is 15 songs. And then we have Disc 3, which is alternate remixes and versions, including some tracks with alternate solos. Got a song with the Hook City Horns. And then there's something called an unzipped version of one song. And there's even a listing for Tommy Aldridge playing drums in some parts of this. He, of course, played with the band back in their classic late 80s, early 90s period. And, of course, has since come back to the band in recent years. Disc 4 is Evolutions. This is like early demos and stuff like that ultimately led to the album being what it became. And then disc 5, like I said before, is our video component, the Blu-ray disc. Odds are you could be a Whitesnake fan and you've never even heard the Good to Be Bad album. I mean, we've since had sort of an 80s renaissance with a lot of these old 80s rock and metal bands getting a huge revival in popularity. Unfortunately, when this album came out, that was still a few years off, so Good to Be Bad was largely ignored at the time, which is a shame because it was a really great return to form for the band, featuring some killer songs from David Coverdale and company. This guy has remained musically active for so long, and it was a bit odd at the time because it was the longest there had been a gap between Whitesnake albums. The thing that came out before this, as far as studio work goes, I believe was the Restless Heart album, which came out right around 1997. So it was like a whole decade in there. There are some great songs to be had on here. You got the hard rockers, you got the bluesy songs, you got the melodic ballads, and a little bit of everything in between. At 15 songs, the album is maybe a little too long, but I won't argue that these are some great tunes, and I think they're ones that every Whitesnake fan should listen to. Now, I am not an audiophile by any means, and even though we have 2 mixes of the album, I can't say that I was able to discern any like massive differences between the two. I mean, I would argue that maybe the remixed version has a little more punch to it, maybe the percussion's a little heavier. I mean, again, I'm not really an audiophile, so I can't answer those kinds of questions. I mean, I don't know exactly if people are going to want like all these early demos and alternate versions of the songs, but if they do, it's certainly all here. And even if you don't want to pay the extra money for all that stuff, you can actually get a more stripped down version that lacks the extra discs and the video component. I do like the video component though. Some of those performances are very nice, although the video quality varies because a lot of it was apparently shot on or sourced from standard definition material. Only complaints are I would have liked to have had maybe some more interviews and then maybe like a complete concert from the tour. We only get a few tour highlights on here. And it makes me wonder if maybe there is footage of a complete performance from the tour out there somewhere. I mean, there's so many Whitesnake DVDs and Blu-rays, there might even be one out already. I'm not totally sure there. But comment down below if you want to correct me on that or let me know. So overall, as a Whitesnake fan, I have to say I am very impressed with this package. Certainly a nice addition to my collection. I don't know that I'm going to find myself going back to all those demos and alternate versions a whole lot, but I'm glad that I possess them and can go back and look at this period of the band from multiple angles. As a diehard Whitesnake fan, I will certainly give this set my recommendation despite a few minor flaws. Are you a Whitesnake fan, and where would you rank the Good to Be Bad album in their discography? Did you pick up this box set yet, or any other version of the remastered, remixed album? Comment down below, and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content, I'm always posting new videos, and be sure to give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.